we had the UFC in Paris. Paris.
62,000 people turned out.
Fucking massive.
Wow. Yeah,
How good's that? How good is that?
Huge event. First one in Paris, I believe. I don't think they've done one.
No, I don't
before.
believe so. I don't believe so. Should we talk Bobby Knuckles and then into the main event for the night?
Because the French fighters were 5-0 on this card. So Bobby Knuckles taking on the Italian at least did get his win here. And by all accounts, a masterclass. I've seen plenty of highlights. He found his range early in the second round, and Vettori could not touch him, essentially. So an absolute masterclass from him. He just paced up Vettori in this one and got a win by decision. So I think it's kind of clear that, Asanya and Whittaker have distanced themselves from everyone else in the division.
Tears.
Yeah.
We like to talk about tiers here on the SQ.
they're tier one.
We do it in the NFL. We've done it in other sports. That's tier one in the middleweight division, isn't it? And then there's a clear drop off. Obviously, Pereira now in tier one, and see what can happen.
He's the challenger. He'll take on Israel next.
Yeah.
But if Israel gets through him, then is that Whittaker 3?
Yeah,
it'll be
3.
It'll be 3.
Yep. I got it.
Yeah, you got it. Cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it'll be Whittaker 3, which it's a fight to make. It's if anything happens to Pereira, then I think Whittaker will step straight in. He's sitting there number one. He's been number one there for 12 months. He'll get his next shot probably early next year, I'd say, after they do this Alex Pereira fight.
If Pereira wins, does Whittaker get first dibs?
Depends how he wins.
Yeah.
If he knocks Israel cold in the first round, then I think Whittaker's the next one. If it's a 5-round war and he wins it on decision,
I understand the rest running back.
Run it back.
Yeah. I think that might be the chat regardless, considering how good Izzy has been.
Yeah, but if he flatlines him where he needs another oxygen mask like he did in kickboxing, then I think that's a different story. We've now seen that 3 times if you include the 2 previous in the kickboxing world.
Yeah, one of the kickboxing ones was a KO, one was a points decision, I believe. Yeah. But that's going to be the wood that Pereira has over Adesanya. That's creeping up. That's only, I think it's end of October.
Do you have it there for us, James?
Yeah, I think it's 281, I believe. So the next main event after the upcoming
the hazmat.
Interesting that Bobby Knuckles looks so good against Vettori. I thought Vettori might have offered a little bit of
push him a little bit more,
bit of resistance, considering he did push Adesanya. Last year I think it was June that we were watching that fight. It's Bobby Knuckles proved his class and definitely still needs to be the one to push Adesanya or Pereira given the result of that fight.
Yeah.
UFC 281 is on the 13th of November.
13th of November. So what's that? Start of September. Do you remember? 10 weeks, I think.
10 weeks.
So then I'd say probably March, April-ish for then
pencil that one in
for another fight for that middleweight belt. So
unfortunately for Aussie fans, Tai Tuivasa's run, his win streak came to an end. It was against a classy fighter in Cyril Gane. You watched this one, Sean. He did get knocked out in the third round. I saw the highlights, a nice combination from Gane. He looked shredded. He looked like if it went to decision, it would be Gane regardless. What was your take on this fight?
Yeah, well, first round feeling out. You can see Gane's footwork. He's got elite footwork for a big man. In that division, he definitely shows it. But really led with the front kick. And that was, to the lead leg, to the midsection, and then with the occasional high one. So the midsection was the one that really did the damage. The pointed kick repeatedly into the midsection to a kind of really is where it started to wind him and wear him out. But to his credit, in the second round, he put him on. He sat him down. So very close to actually finishing this fight and winning it. But again, credit to Gane. He came back, bounced back up from that quickly, reset himself, And then that third round, probably to Shui Vasa's discredit, his chin, he took a heap of punishment. He was eating front kicks to the belly like at will, which were really doing the damage. Got head kicked, ate that. Took a bunch of punches as well, and then it was the clear right hook that set the end where Tua finally went down, and Garn jumped on him, finished the fight, and that's all she wrote. But yeah, I think Tua didn't do anything bad. Like, he didn't do himself in disservice.
No.
Entertaining as all accounts. He will definitely get another dance partner in the heavyweight division. He can throw absolute bombs. So yeah, he's definitely a better and more improved fighter. It's just Garn's footwork, and he just could get away from the big shots and land his own at range to do the damage and get the win.
Unbelievable run from Tai Tuivasa from going unranked 5 fights ago to stringing 5 wins in a row to becoming the number 3 heavyweight in the world. He'll be back with a vengeance. It's going to be interesting to see who he gets next. As fans, as Aussie fans. And the future of the heavyweight division kind of a little bit up in the air, with John Jones coming up.
That's the problem. Yeah, where does John Jones slide into that? How's Ngannou's knee going, etc. That's what's
the allure of boxing money as well.
That too.
For
the
Ngannou.
murkiness that it is. So yeah. Ngannou Garn fight in France and in Paris, considering Ngannou basically come from there.
French.
So I think that would be an absolute huge title fight.
I was going to ask, does Garn's win over Tuivasa give him enough clout to get that rematch straight away, or
he's sitting at one?
It's going to depend on John Jones.
Go back to John Jones.
Yeah. I think if John Jones is ready and the allure of the boxing money, doesn't capture Ngannou, I think that's the fight probably next.
Yeah.
That would be my thoughts.
I agree to that, definitely.
And then does that mean for Tuivasa that he sort of needs to work his way back up, fight some of those lower ranked guys, get a little bit more?
Maybe not too much, but
Well, where's Stipe at?
yeah, well, that's the question. I think Stipe's angling as well for either that Jones fight or another fight with Ngannou.
Yeah.
Maybe that makes sense in there. Maybe Curtis Blades.
They haven't fought, have they?
I don't think so. From memory,
I'm pretty sure they have.
Get that wrestler to take on Tua,
Yeah, no, they haven't.
which would be an interesting kind of dynamic, I guess. There's a few floating around there, potentials. But yeah, we'll have to see what comes for Tua.
Would love to see that.
I think they got to sort out John Jones, and then from that
And
we
then
can we can sort out the dance partners for the
Work
rest of
out
the
the
heavyweights
rest
in the top
from
5.
there.
To finish up, UFC 279 is
Next week.
Next
Next
week.
week,
And
Hamzat.
Hamzat headlining against Nate Diaz. I hope they have a body bag ready for Nate Diaz. I feel that's the way this fight's going to go. But you never know. Nate Diaz is an absolute gangster.
His cardio is unrivaled.
I'm worried that this is going to be a 5-round demolition of Nate Diaz.
Yep.
Where he's a known bleeder. I wonder if his chin will be his own undoing in this one. Let's hope it doesn't go that way in the welterweight division. Otherwise, Johnny Walker opens the pay-per-view. Kevin Holland is on this as well. See if he can keep his run. He's doing a catch weight, so one of them mustn't have made weight for that fight. And then Tony Ferguson coming up in the welterweight division. I don't like his chances either there against the Chinese fight in Lee. So, yeah. It's a bit of an interesting mismatch of a card. It's a few guys coming back off losses, some names in there. A few guys trying to make runs. No huge big selling points besides the last fight for Nate Diaz.
Yeah, maybe not the
there's
biggest
no
biggest
belts
card.
or anything on the line.
Yeah. Still a lot of interest. Don't get me wrong, but in terms of pure name value,
Yeah.
and
Well, I think it's been dubbed the gangster fight, the last true gangsters of the UFC. So
Okay.
Nate Diaz's last fight in the UFC. Hopefully that pulls in the viewership, and we'll see what that looks like. Catchweight 180. Yeah, so that's someone missed pounds by 10.
I'll just scroll up a little bit. It's got the note there.
Who missed?
some details.
That's the
the one you're looking for?
I'm looking at the Holland fight.
Um,
Middleweight, sponsor, blah blah blah. Can't see it in there.
There's a catchweight next week. Is the summation?